Good evening and welcome to the Board of Education meeting being held on Tuesday, August 18th. It is 5:30 p.m. and we're calling the meeting to order. Can we please call the roll?
Mrs. Assip?
Here.
Mrs. Troutman?
Here.
Mrs. Slawinski?
Here.
Mr. Bresnahan? Mrs. Hassler? Dr. Henry? Mrs. Arvanites?
Here, 4 board members present, 3 absent, all of which are planning to be in attendance tonight. They're just running a little late. Yes, can we have a motion to go into closed session? Yes, we are. That's you. To a
I
great
move
start.
that the Board of Education move into closed session to discuss A, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. 5 ILCS 122C1. B, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or the representatives or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. 5 ILCS 122C2. C, the placement of individual students in special education programs and other matters relating to individual students. 5 ILCS 122C10. And D, discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, whether for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes as mandated by Section 2.06, 5 ILCS 122C21.
I'll second. Motion made by Ms. Assif, second by Ms. Troutman. Can we please call the vote?
Mrs. Assip?
Yes.
Mrs. Troutman?
Yes.
Mrs. Slawinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Hassler? Dr. Henry? Mr. Bresnahan? Mrs. Arvanites?
4 ayes, 0 nays, 3 absent. Motion passes. The board will now move into closed session. Welcome to the Board of Education meeting. Excuse me, we're starting our meeting. If you can please find your seats, it'd be great. Thank you. Welcome to our meeting. Today is Tuesday, August 18th. The board has been in closed session for the items listed on this agenda since 5:30 p.m. We have all 7 board members present and 0 absent. At this time, I ask that we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we will start with our spotlights and recognitions tonight. Favorite part of the meeting, if you are here from the girls volleyball academic team, please come forward.
You guys can go on this side. All right, so we were honored by the AVCA, which is the American Volleyball Coaches Association. They're a tremendous group of athletes, but they're also extremely, extremely great students. Our team GPA was 4.6 out of 4 for last year. And so not only do they play in the fall, they play year-round club volleyball. They're going to tournaments any long weekend. Instead of going on vacation, they're typically in a convention center, grinding it out, doing homework in the car, on the plane, just trying to find any time they can in a hotel room to stay up on academics. And so I'm just super proud of them because not only do they take on the court very seriously, but their academics have been totally stellar. So let's give it up for them one more time. And thank you for having us here. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hi, girls. Congratulations on all of your hard work. It's amazing how you obviously do so well on the volleyball team, but then are able to balance the academic aspect of it. We know how demanding both of those things can be, academics and athletics, and having different schedules and just all the things you have to juggle. It's really impressive that you're able to keep your GPAs where they are and excel on your team. So I'm going to read the board proclamation. Whereas the York Community High School girls volleyball team has earned the 2026 American Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award in recognition of its outstanding academic achievement during the 2025-2026 school year. And whereas the AVCA Team Academic Award recognizes high school and collegiate volleyball programs that maintain a year-long team grade point average of at least 3.3 on a 4.0 scale, and the York girls volleyball team far exceeded that standard by achieving an outstanding 4.6 team GPA on a weighted 4.0 scale. And whereas York was one of 1,432 high school and collegiate volleyball programs from across the country to receive this national recognition in 2026 and earned the honor for the second consecutive year after receiving the award in 2025. And whereas this achievement reflects the dedication of York's student athletes to balancing the demands of academics and athletics, as well as the support and leadership provided by the girls volleyball coaching staff. And now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education of Elmhurst Community Unit School District 205 hereby recognizes and congratulates the York Community High School girls volleyball team for earning the 2026 AVCA Team Academic Award and commends its student athletes and coaches for their continued commitment to academic and athletic excellence. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, girls. What a wonderful honor and achievement. We look forward to all the success on and off the court this fall season. Thank you. If you are here for the boys water polo team, please come on forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Drum. I'm the head boys water polo coach. I just want to first thank the Board of Education and district administrators for having us here to recognize us officially. Really means a lot. We're here because this is for the second year in a row. We took third place in the state of Illinois. So yeah, and I'd like to thank my 4 assistant coaches, and then this group of incredible young men. They work so hard all year long in the classroom, in the pool, developing our team culture. Just an incredibly fun and easy group to coach. This past season, 2026, was the best season in York water polo history. Not just because of the third place finish, but we had 30 wins, which is the most wins we've ever had. We had only 5 losses, which is the least amount of losses that we've ever had. We took first place in conference for the 4th time in 5 years. We won our 6th straight sectional championship. They added a super sectional this year. We played a really good New Trier team and won that. Advancing to the Final Four, where we fell to the eventual state champion, Stevenson, but then followed it up by, was that a round of applause over there? But we followed that up by taking third and defeating Whitney Young, which is a really strong team. So, yeah, it was just a great season, and just so grateful to be a part of this group. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach. I feel like this is becoming pretty common to have water polo, boys water polo here, so welcome again. And we look forward to seeing you again more next year, I'm assuming. Impressive season. So again, congratulations to all of you, both as students and student athletes. It's, as Kelly mentioned earlier, it's so much to juggle to do both and to do both well. So congratulations on your season. Now I'll read the proclamation. Whereas the York Community High School boys water polo team completed an outstanding spring 2026 season with a third-place finish at the IHSA state finals, earning its place among the top teams in Illinois. And whereas the Dukes put together an impressive post-season run, capturing the IHSA Fenwick Sectional Championship and defeating New Trier in the Super Sectional to advance to the state finals. And whereas after falling to an eventual state champion, Stevenson, in the state semifinals, York responded with determination and resilience, defeating Whitney Young in the third-place game to conclude its season with a victory. And whereas the team's success reflects the talent, preparation, and competitive spirit of its student athletes, along with the leadership and dedication of its coaching staff, and serves as a source of pride for the York Community High School and Elmhurst Community Unit School District 205. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Elmhurst Community Unit School District 205 hereby recognizes and congratulates members and coaches for the York Community High School boys water polo team for their outstanding achievements during the spring 2026 season and for earning a third-place finish at the IHSA boys water polo state finals. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations again to the boys water polo team. We're looking forward to, again, another great year. Our final spotlight is the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, also known as FCCLA Nationals. If you're here to be recognized for that, thank you.
Hi, I'm Wendy Albert from York, and I want to thank Dr. Campbell and our district administration and the board for all of the opportunities that our students have for career and technical student organizations and supporting our FCCLA competitors all throughout the year. We're so excited that we had a couple students who were able to go and compete at the national level. Maddie, unfortunately, isn't here, but I just want to give a brief synopsis of kind of what she did. She competed in our culinary arts event, which is a pretty challenging event. You have to cook and plate a salad and an entree with multiple different components that have to go onto those plates within an hour. And then you have some pretty tough industry chefs who are tasting that food and judging, not only your cooking, but your final products as well. She competed junior year and did very well, and then came back as a senior last year and said, I'm going to nationals. I'm like, okay, awesome. Let's start practicing and let's do it. She was super successful, came in first place at the sectional level, and then went on to state, came in first place again at state, and I was so excited to get to tell her, hey, you're going to nationals. So she continued after graduation to come in and practice the new menu that she had to learn for nationals, and then was able to earn a silver medal at nationals. So just so excited, and congratulations, Maddie. Edith took on kind of the crazy task of running our end-of-the-year fine dining dinners that we have. So she worked all throughout the year on not only the planning components for what it takes to deliver 2 nights of fine dining service in a student restaurant. She worked on all of those components all throughout the year. She led her team of sous chefs and all of the other students in our student restaurant management program, while also then developing a approximately 50-page portfolio of materials that FCCLA requires for the event management project. She then carried herself with poise and presentation, professional skills, and demonstrated all of that at sectional, state, and then of course the national level. Something that's really stood out for me, for Edith, through this whole process is that she has used connections that she has to bring in new opportunities, connections with our industrial technology department, who helped with the creation of all kinds of crazy decor things that we asked them, connecting with some community leaders as well, bringing in a professional photographer who donated their time to take pictures for us. We had some setbacks along the way, and Edith never let that become a problem. She always worked to persevere and overcome those solutions, and she's done amazing at all of the levels, and we're so excited that she also earned a 3rd place on the national stage, and this is... Yay, Edith! This was our 2nd year earning 3rd place at nationals in event management. So excited to carry on that tradition, and amazing job, Edith.
Hi, Edith. Oh, okay. First of all, congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. I think I speak for the board that we're in awe of just your work ethic, your creativity, your dedication, and just what an amazing life skill that you've been able to accomplish all of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the board proclamation. Whereas York Community High School students Madison Kleinberg and Edith Garcia demonstrated outstanding skill, creativity, and preparation while representing York at the 2026 FCCLA National Leadership Conference, and whereas Madison earned a silver medal in the culinary arts competition, showcasing her knowledge, technical skills, and dedication in a highly competitive national event, and whereas Edith earned a gold medal in event management and placed 3rd overall, earning recognition on stage during the national finalist recognition session, and whereas Edith's 3rd place finish marks the 2nd consecutive year that a York student has placed 3rd nationally in event management, continuing the school's strong tradition of success in the competition. And whereas the accomplishments of Madison and Edith reflect their hard work, commitment, and pursuit of excellence while bringing pride to York Community High School and Elmhurst Community Units District 205. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Board of Education of Elmhurst Community Unit School District 205 hereby recognizes and congratulates Madison Kleinberg and Edith Garcia for their outstanding achievements at the 2026 FCCLA National Leadership Conference and commends them for representing your community high school with distinction on the national stage. Congratulations.
Thank you, Edith, and to both students, congratulations and good luck as you enter your first year into college. Yeah. It's okay. All right, item 5, I believe, on our agenda is public comments. The public comments section of the board meeting provides an opportunity for community members to share information and perspectives with the Board of Education. And while the board does not respond during public comments, we are listening and thoughtfully considering the messages being shared. Each of us have high expectations for our community and ask that public comments are respectful and do not mention any individuals by name. There will be up to 30 minutes allocated for public comment, with up to 3 minutes per public comment speaker concerning items on this agenda. The board secretary will give you a reminder when you have 30 seconds left. We can begin with our first speaker.
Madalena Lass. Sorry.
Good evening, and thank you to the board for your time and attention. Oh, thank you for this important matter. I'm here today to talk to you about the use of ed tech and specifically screens in our school district. I became interested in this issue when I learned that my daughter would be receiving an individual iPad in kindergarten. This truly blew my mind and was not something I ever expected when I chose to buy a home in Elmhurst with D205 school district in mind. The more I asked around and the more research I did, I truly became horrified to learn how much time some students are spending on screens during school. Time spent on a screen during school is time students should be learning from the true experts, teachers, human beings. It seems the use of ed tech in classrooms really got out of hand during COVID, the lockdown period, and has not been reined in since. The research is emerging, but more and more we are seeing a correlation with technology use in schools and worse learning and developmental outcomes. One glaring example of this is that for the first time in history, Gen Z has lower scores than its parents on standardized tests. This is no coincidence. For this reason, many other school districts around the country and around the world have instituted tech policies to try to address this problem. Sweden launched a massive initiative to eliminate tablets and laptops in favor of printed books and traditional handwriting. Norway, Finland, Denmark, France, and Italy are also rebalancing early education in favor of reducing screens. Closer to home, Los Angeles School District issued a policy removing all devices for early education through first grade with strict caps on screen time for older students and more. In Wexford County, Michigan, an elementary district banned screen use entirely for younger students. Evanston and Oak Park school districts have also recently changed their ed tech policies in favor of reducing screen time and technology use. I would think that D205 would want to be a leader in education and not a follower, and therefore be a pioneer in common sense ed tech reform. This is important, and we have a responsibility to our children and to their future to take the risks of technology overuse seriously. I ask you, the board, to please institute an evidence-based, common-sense, district-wide policy on EdTech use
30 seconds.
with no screens for the youngest learners and maximum screen time limits for older students. 5-year-olds should not be using iPads in school. Thank you.
Next is Craig Luss.
Good evening, Craig Loss. I'm asking the board to establish a clear and supportive microphone. Thank you. A clear educational technology policy for our youngest students, particularly kindergarten through third grade. I want to focus on 3 major issues: screen time, spending, and student privacy. For K through 3, I think screen-free learning is a no-brainer. Technology should have to justify replacing it. At this age, screens replace something special: physical books, handwriting, manipulatives, conversation, movement, and interaction with the human being. So my question is, how much of our K to 3 student school day is spent on screens, and what policy determines when a screen is educationally better than a physical alternative? Is it convenience? 2, spending. I reviewed the district's FY24 vendor payments. I can identify over $1 million in payments to EdTech, digital learning, assessment, and student data companies, potentially closer to $1.7 million depending on how you categorize this. That includes approximately $275,000 to Amplify, $260,000 to PowerSchool, and $113,000 to Renaissance Learning for that level of investment. That's a lot of money. Parents and taxpayers deserve to know what we're buying, how much it's being used, and whether it's actually improving the outcomes. But most importantly, and something you should all be concerned about today, is privacy. The district paid PowerSchool more than $261,000 in FY24. In December 2024, PowerSchool suffered a massive data breach in which hackers stole student and teacher data. PowerSchool paid a ransom to the criminals who stole that information, and the story doesn't end there. Months later, criminals began contacting individual school districts and attempting to extort them with the same data that was stolen. Depending on the affected district, stolen information could have included names, addresses, social security numbers, medical information, grades, passwords, and parent info. Information collected from children for educational purposes ended in the hands of criminals and was used as leverage to demand money. A Renaissance subsidiary, Illuminate Education, also reached a $5.1 million multi-state settlement following a breach involving millions of student records. Parents deserve answers. What personal, identifiable information are you giving these ed tech companies? Who receives it? What are they doing with it? How long is it kept? Are they selling it? Can it be used to develop AI systems? When we stop using that company, can you guarantee that children's data is actually deleted? I'm asking you to limit ed tech policy based on screen use, demand educational and financial
3 minutes.
justification, and minimize and protect the student data we give.
Jennifer Mafucci.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Dr. Jennifer Mafucci, and I'm an Edison parent. I hold a doctorate in education with a specialization in teaching and curriculum, along with certificates in online teaching and learning and in inclusive learning. I've been educating nurses since 2011. I want to start by thanking the board for the leadership, congratulate the Spotlight students, that's awesome, and say Elmhurst is a district I'm proud of. Edison has been a wonderful school for my family. I'm here tonight to kind of echo everything and advocate for formalizing how technology is used in our classrooms. We wouldn't be alone in doing that. Many districts across the country, including some of the largest, have been refocusing their approach to technology in schools. I'd love to see Elmhurst be a leader in that conversation. This district has the resources and the talent needed to set that standard. On a personal note, my daughter's in 4th grade this year and she's doing great. But in her younger years, I really saw firsthand how screens affected her attention span, mood, behavior, behavior and creativity, so we made the decision to tightly limit her screens at home. And that's exactly why a tiered approach matters to me. What's manageable for a fourth grader is very different than what's manageable for a kindergartner or a sophomore in high school. It's not just what I've seen as a parent. In my own work educating college students, I've seen firsthand how device use can show up later as gaps in study skills and critical thinking skills in students once they reach college-level coursework. It's not just anecdotal. The literature shows that even as test scores are improving from the pandemic-era dips, professors nationally report real declines in literacy and critical thinking among incoming students. So my ask tonight is to consider an evidence-based, district-wide approach that reflects what's developmentally appropriate at each age, from kindergarten through 12th grade, the same standard we'd expect for any other major curriculum intervention. This isn't a reflection on our teachers, actually the opposite. I had a wonderful experience in 3rd grade. I was really impressed with my daughter's teacher. He really balanced physical writing with digital literacy instruction, but that kind of balance isn't always consistent across every classroom, which is why I would like it to be district-wide. I would like to capture and build on that expertise. So the research itself is also hard to ignore. Physical books, pencil and paper learning, along with intentional teaching of specific digital literacy skills consistently shows real value. So I'd ask the board to consider forming a committee to help shape that work. With teachers included from the start, this committee has expertise in it, including the teachers who are modeling this behavior, parents who have been well-versed in the research, parents with backgrounds in testing, ed tech, people like myself. I'd call myself a novice researcher, but I have published and presented on modernized teaching strategies and technology use in education. So that's a resource I think this board shouldn't have to look hard to find to have access to. So thank you for your time and consideration.
Mary Dowling.
Hello, my name's Mary Dowling. This is my second time here speaking before you on this issue. First, thank you for the time and the opportunity to be able to speak to you all on this matter. I'm here on behalf of the Elmhurst chapter of Schools Beyond Screens and the almost 1,300 parents in our community who have signed our petition asking the district to take a closer look at screen use in our school. I'll be candid, I'm sad that I have to be here again to talk about this issue, to get it the attention that it deserves. And as we've shared, there is an abundance of research raising serious concerns about excessive and inappropriate screen use in children. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. And I want to be clear, and I said this the last time, we're not anti-technology. What we're looking to do is have a thoughtful, evidence-based in a district-wide technology committee that includes parents and helps establish clear, consistent standards across our schools. After I spoke at the last meeting, I was told that the concerns about technology use should be addressed with my child's teacher or principal. And while I appreciate that response, this issue is much bigger than just my child, my teacher, or my school. I'm concerned about every child in this district. And what we hear about how technology is supposed to be used in our classrooms does not align with what parents and children tell us is actually happening. That discrepancy alone should deserve the district's attention. Parents should not have to navigate classroom by classroom. Teachers should not be left to independently determine what constitutes appropriate screen use. We need clear expectations and best practices at the district level. We're hearing from parents who feel they need to seek outside tutoring because their children are struggling with foundational skills like handwriting. In a community that invests so heavily in its public schools, that should concern us. This is why we're asking for a district-wide policy, not a conversation with a teacher and not a conversation with a principal. Almost 1,300 parents have already told you that this matters to them. And we're not asking you to eliminate technology. We're asking you to work with us to ensure it's being used intentionally, appropriately, and in ways that support and not replace the fundamental skills our children need to develop. So my question tonight is simple. Can we sit down together? Can representatives from Schools Beyond Screens and concerned parents meet with district leadership and members of this board to discuss forming a technology committee and developing a consistent, evidence-based approach to technology use across our schools? We want to work with you. We really do. And we just really hope that you guys want to work with us on this. Thank you so much.
Laura Coleman.
Good evening. My name is Laura Coleman. I'm a D205 parent with the Ed Tech Club over here. In prior meetings, parents presented clear research showing how excessive classroom tech hurts focus, literacy, and mental health. In response to Jill Nicoli's comments from the June meeting, the board responded with an email that dismissed those concerns. While I'm not here to rehash all the research, my fellow parents have done that very well. I am asking for some accountability. What is the local evidence showing that mandatory tech has led to an increase in math and reading scores with statistical significance, meaning an outcome isn't by chance or for some other reason? We would like the board to be able to show quantitative support as well for your position. And if that can't be done, then I would request that you that work with the parents and, as they suggest, to come up with sensible limits for technology. Thank you.
Tracy Grin.
Hi, my name's Tracy Grin. I'm a parent of a kindergarten student and a third grader at Jackson, and I also want to address the screen time and the one-to-one use of iPads in the classroom, feeling that it is too high. I have already met with my school principal and emailed a district administrator on this, and both have graciously responded. During these communications, I've learned there's no district-wide policy on screen time. Rather, the screen time is left up to the individual teacher to determine how much is appropriate. I understand that there's learning platforms that are used, and that's part of the district curriculum. And I'm not asking to eliminate that. But anything in excess of those sanctioned programs should be capped on time use. Specifically, last year when my daughter was in second grade, they were allowed to use their iPad numerous times throughout the day that were not part of the learning. Specifically, if they were encouraged to finish their work quickly, and if they finished their work quickly, they were rewarded with extra iPad time. Then when there was inclement weather and there was indoor recess, rather than socializing with their peers, they were allowed to just sit and play on their iPad. So they weren't communicating, they weren't building those relationships. And finally, rather than eating the healthy snack that they were supposed to be eating, they were allowed, if they skipped the snack, you're allowed to play on the iPad. And it wasn't the district learning policy or the programs that they were on. They were just playing these mindless computer games or playing with the camera, taking pictures of each other. So all of the extra iPad time was not conducive to learning. It wasn't following all the programs that are implemented in school. In addition to that, the second grade did 2 comparative days, one of like a 1900s classroom where everything was like old-fashioned, the lights were out, great. Then on the flip side, they did a technology day where they were on their screen for 100% of an entire day. This was not communicated to the parents until after it happened because they probably knew many would have asked to skip that day. This is why I think policies are necessary to have guardrails and consistency district-wide. As like someone else had mentioned, a leader in educational reform is the Los Angeles Unified School District, second largest in the country, and they implemented a tiered approach for technology use, starting with no screen time for the youngest learners and then a gradual increase
30 seconds.
To a maximum of 10 hours per week, including homework for high school students. I am asking the board to implement a tech policy similar to like what Los Angeles had, but works within our community goals to limit the screen time use and provide consistency across all the schools rather than leaving it up to the individual teachers to determine what screens would be used and when. Thank you.
Laurel Shrementi.
Hello, it's me again. I'm Laurel Schermenti. I'm co-lead of Schools Beyond Screens Elmhurst.
I've been trying to think about exactly what I wanted to speak about tonight. I think you all know I came to the board meeting in April to talk about MAP testing and physical textbooks. I know we had a speaker from Schools Beyond Screens in May. A number of us came in June. A whole bunch of us tried to come in July when the meeting time got moved. We met a bunch of you in the parking lot as you were leaving and we were arriving. And I think part of what I'm trying to say tonight is I'm tired. I'm a working mom who's going through a transitional season with my kids starting a new school year. And I'm tired of continuing to come back to these meetings and feeling like we're not being heard or collaborated with. I will say I had an excellent meeting with my school's principal, who I think is an outstanding person, and I feel really grateful to have the opportunity to work with. However, some of the things that we are asking for can't reasonably be addressed at the level of an individual school, so we've sought out collaboration many times with district administration. We've come to speak at board meetings, we've met with a whole number of principals, we've emailed various different district staff members. We have a petition of over 1,200 of our community members who support working with you all, District 205, to make changes to our technology policies. We're a group of parents coming in front of you with tangible examples of how technology is creating adverse outcomes for our children, but what we're hearing back is that the district has thoughtful processes for selecting technology and that a balanced approach is being used. But our lived experiences aren't being validated, and it's making us wonder if you're not hearing us or if you're choosing not to listen. We'd love to give you an opportunity to listen. This is an important topic. It's important to over 1,200 of our community members that we work together to figure out a way to thoughtfully and proactively make policies around technology in our schools. We ask for you to create a parent committee as part of DU205 staff to address technology use, to better understand its impacts on our children, and to understand what's coming in the future. It's constantly changing. I read an article just this week about how Google turned on Gemini in Google Classroom. What has District 205 done to address that? I asked in the June school board meeting about AI and our district selected technology, and I didn't really get a response on that at all. I'd love to hear from you about how we can get a thoughtful conversation going. How can we get our questions answered? How can we collaborate with you all? That's our goal. We love our teachers, we love our children, we want them to be successful in our schools, and we want to feel like our voices are being heard. And we want to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who took the time to voice their concerns, support, or perspectives to the Board of Education. Common practice of the board is to follow up with public commenters after the board meeting and as needed. We will now move on to item number 6. Thank you. It's different on my screen. The approval of board meeting minutes. Item A is the approval of board meeting minutes from July 28th, 2026. Are there any changes to those meeting minutes? Seeing that there are none, those meeting minutes stand as presented. Item number 7 is reports and presentations. We have an overview of summer programming 2026 that will begin with Dr. Baker. Yes? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am excited to provide a brief and timely recap of our 2026 summer programming. I'd like to start by thanking the over 275 summer program teachers and staff whose dedication and expertise is the heartbeat of our summer programs. I would also like to thank all of our program leaders, our early childhood leader, Dr. Susan Kondrat, our elementary leaders, Dr. Colleen Cook, Amanda Madalena, who is to my right, and Maureen Schroeder, and our secondary leaders, Anna Baramis, Matt Bold, John Immel, Mike Piaczynski, and Diane Oliveros, as well as Rob Wagner, who led athletic camps, and I had the pleasure of leading our summer fine arts programs. Finally, thanks to our host sites, Edison, Field, and York, and their leaders for welcoming summer programs and students from across the district. Over the course of the last few years, District 205 has continued to develop and offer a robust slate of summer academic, athletics, and arts learning opportunities where students are supported in their academic and social emotional needs through a variety of programs and supports where they can build meaningful relationships with staff and peers. Every program on this list has a specific target audience and purpose, and I won't take the time to review each program tonight, but I want to call out just a few examples. Acceleration is for recommended kindergarten through 7th grade students to support them in continuing to build essential skills and content knowledge in core academic subjects. And as part of the York Summer School program, we offered the Survey of Healthcare Careers course again this year. This course is made possible by our partnership with the organization Kids Matter, and it allows students to explore various allied health professions through a combination of in-class learning and field experiences, while also earning credit at the College of DuPage. As you can see on the slide, there is a place for everyone in District 205 summer programs. And with that in mind, I'd like to turn it over to our Assistant Director of Student Services, Amanda Madalena, for a spotlight on our extended school year programs.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having us. I had the joy of helping to run ESY for a second year in a row, and we were very proud that we had a tremendous amount of student support and student participation. We had nearly 230 of our students that participated in ESY, our students with individualized education plans, and we were able to focus our tailored learning in those classrooms on their individualized education programs, or their IEPs, as well as we were able to progress their growth on those goal areas. Through our very early and rigorous staffing, we were able to hire highly qualified special education teachers, related service providers, and paraprofessionals who were able to deliver that individualized support for all of our students. We had a very positive outcome on our survey as well at our end of the summer survey, and that told us that 96% of our staff responded that their experience in working with ESY was positive. So we had a really great summer, and we can't wait for next year.
Thank you, Amanda. This summer, we continued targeted recruitment for acceleration as well as for certain York level programs based on student outcome data, including MAP and IAR and school level academic indicators. Exploratory courses continue to be in demand, and we were able to increase enrollment this year with additional course sections being opened. D205 continues to offer fee-based academic and exploratory options at all levels, and we're committed to ensuring access to academic programs for identified students. This year, I'm pleased to report that thanks to the generous support of Foundation 205, we're able to provide scholarships to 73 students to attend acceleration. No eligible student was denied a scholarship who needed one. As I mentioned earlier, D205 continued to offer the Survey of Healthcare Careers pathway course for high school students, which was offered at no cost to those families and students, thanks to our partnership with Kids Matter. And we also continue to offer athletics and arts opportunities for students across nearly all grade levels. These opportunities were fee-based as we continue to monitor the long-term financial sustainability of all our summer programs, while still offering a wide variety of opportunities for students to grow academically and relationally, and to explore areas of passion and purpose. Individual program enrollment fluctuates from year to year, but I'm excited that overall enrollment continues to be strong. This suggests that summer programming in District 205 is not only robust, but it's providing the offerings that meet the needs and interests of our students. Building on the success of our kindergarten through 7th grade acceleration programs, this summer we extended that opportunity to rising 9th grade students through a Bridge to Algebra 1 offering. This course provided support for students to address any unfinished math learning from middle school. We were delighted to have 22 rising 9th graders participate in this course, which was taught by one of our middle school Algebra 1 teachers. Participating students, similar to what Amanda shared, participating students in this course also shared very positive feedback about their experience in this on our exit survey. We look forward to monitoring these students' progress through Practice ACT this fall and through their 9th grade Algebra 1 course grades. Each summer program and its primary funding source was previewed during the January board presentation. We're still reconciling some of the costs associated with summer programs, including the cost of transportation, but we anticipate breaking even again in our revenue generating programs this year. I also want to reiterate the importance of partnerships with organizations like Kids Matter and the continued support of Foundation 205 as they help to close the financial gap, ensuring our students and their families have access to these important learning opportunities. And this leads me back to our exit survey data. As you can see, the overwhelming majority of staff, students, and families rated their experience as positive, either satisfied or very satisfied, which reinforces that conclusion that our current slate of programs is successfully meeting the needs and interests of our students. Students earned just over 400 credits at York this summer, which is very exciting, and an additional 40 students recovered at least one credit in credit recovery. As a result, more of our high school students have more scheduling flexibility during the school year to pursue areas of passion and purpose, and more students are getting what they need to graduate on time. As we begin this school year, preparation for next summer has already begun, believe it or not. It's never too soon. No, it's not. That's true. In order to continue evaluating the impact of our academic summer programs like Acceleration, we will continue to monitor student performance on both standardized and local assessments. As I did last year, I'll report back to you on the impact of targeted summer programming at my presentation this winter. This will allow us to ensure that these summer programs are having the largest possible impact, and it will provide us the opportunity to make changes to those programs as needed. Similarly, we'll examine our course fee structure to ensure the financial sustainability of our summer programs. And finally, as we seek to increase alignment to district goals and priorities and strengthen connections to our students' passion and purpose areas, learning and teaching and student services teams will continue to partner with our school leadership teams to develop language pathways for our multicultural students and to identify additional opportunities for our secondary students to explore learning and career pathways. I look forward to sharing 2027 summer programming information with you later this school year. And I would encourage families and community members to be on the lookout for communication about those programs beginning in February. Thank you all. Amanda and I would be happy to take any questions you might have at this time.
Thank you. We'll open it up to the board. Go ahead, Courtney.
Thank you. I sit here and reflect about how different, I'm looking at Beth because we've been on this journey together, how different things in summer programming look this summer, past summer, than it did, not just when we were parents here, but when we first got on the board 7 years ago. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am. And I think you started out your presentation by saying there really is something for everyone during summer session. And I mean, I'm overwhelmed, really, with how many opportunities there are for our students throughout the summer and what positive experiences our students are having and whatever it is that they're touching base with 205 and over the summer. So I want to thank you guys for the organization. I want to thank all the people, the staff and the teachers that come in during their summer break to be there for our students. It truly is meaningful. Not just the Camp Start, the Acceleration program itself, when we look at, I think about this all the time, when we look at how our scores and our test scores and our students are succeeding more each year, to me, it's a direct impact with tying that into the acceleration that we're providing students during the summer. It's keeping them engaged, it's not letting their brains rest, it's catching them up, and it's doing everything that we can do to prepare them for the next school year so they can be successful again. So just a huge shout out to everything summer, not in addition to 205 and everything summer, but thank you so much, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Beth?
Just to build on that a little bit, and I just love that you guys are always like assessing how things went. Finding ways to adapt to what our students need based on, what teachers see in the classrooms and what we're experiencing with our students. I'm really excited to see how this new program for the math will help to benefit our students moving forward as we monitor that. I know our ESY programs are fantastic and help students every year. So just adapting even for the registration that you've changed along the way and made that easier for parents. So I just appreciate your flexibility and, adapting to what our students and families need. Thank you.
Kelly?
Just agreeing with everyone, just thank you for all of I know the work that goes into planning this. You're, like you said, you're starting now for next summer. I just so appreciate all the different offerings. All three of my kids are at three different, high school, middle school, elementary, well, they were last year. And they all participated in some way, through athletics, academics, theater. So there's just so many offerings and so many just opportunities, and it allows our students, our community, these kids are just having opportunities to do things that maybe they wouldn't try or don't have the chance to in their regular schedules during the school year. And then kind of also keeps them busy so they're not like maybe getting in trouble or doing other things during the summer. So it's a win-win for parents and students and everyone. So I just appreciate all that you do and really love the programming. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks for staying and the presentation, everything. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening, unless you're sticking around with us for a while. All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. If there's, or is there anything anyone would like to pull from the consent agenda? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following consent agenda items: A, personnel reports; B, financial reports; C, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act requests; D, approve Board of Education 2026 Joint Annual Conference expenses; E, agency staffing agreements; and F, advertising agreements.
I'll second. Motion made by Ms. Assaf, second by Athena Arvanites. Can we please call the vote?
Mrs. Assaf?
Yes.
Mrs. Arvanites?
Yes.
Mr. Bresnahan?
Yes.
Dr. Henry?
Yes.
Mrs. Slawinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Hostler?
Yes.
Mrs. Troutman?
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays, motion passes. On our agenda action items, we have item A is the Acadians Assessment for Early Literacy. Am I turning that over to Dr. Rubenstein? Thank you.
Exactly. So very briefly, at your Board of Education meeting last month, we brought forth to you a recommendation for the use of an assessment called Acadians to serve as the universal screener for students in grades K and 1, and then with some additional pieces related to grades 2 and 3. And so students in grades K and 1, instead of taking the MAP primary growth, they will instead take Acadians reading, and will have their composite scores there. And then in grades 2 and 3, in addition to taking MAP growth in the area of reading, we are adding Acadians reading for oral reading fluency. This is being done in an effort to align our district with the requirements from the State Board of Education and the state district's state literacy plan that was released over the last year or so. And so we would ask for a favorable vote.
Thank you. Can we have a motion?
I move that the Board of Education approve the use of Acadians as the new kindergarten through third grade literacy assessment as proposed at the July Board of Education meeting.
I'll second. Motion made by, who seconded? Did you?
I did, so did Brian.
Okay, sorry. Motion made by Ms. Hostler, second by, Brian, Dr. Henry's the one I heard. So second by Dr. Henry. Are there any comments from the board?
Just, if I can, just a quick one. If anybody is listening to this board meeting and is just hearing this for the first time, I really encourage you to go back to the July meeting because we had a very robust and detailed conversation about this. And I think it's important to understand how it impacts so many of our students, but it was a very long and great conversation about it. So I don't want anybody to think we're just brushing through this casually.
No, not at all.
Yeah, robust presentation along with deep conversation after.
Did you hear that?
Beth.
Katie? Yeah.
I said that for Katie, by the way.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Beth.
Just briefly, looking forward to hearing later on, hopefully, how this tool may have been helpful to teachers in, assessing the needs of students and therefore impacted students, which I'm sure you will do.
We plan to share the results, as we typically do with our other assessments, at some point at the regular intervals that we've already scheduled throughout the year, so.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, can we please call the vote?
Mrs. Hassler?
Yes.
Dr. Henry?
Yes.
Mrs. Troutman?
Yes.
Mrs. Assif?
Yes.
Mrs. Slawinski?
Yes.
Mr. Bresnahan?
Yes.
Mrs. Arvanites?
Yes, 7 ayes, 0 nays, motion passes. Item B is the educational search firm services for York High School principal. Dr. Campbell.
Yes. So District 205 will be searching for the next permanent York Community High School principal that will serve effective July 1st of 2027. And in an effort to make sure that we recruit, we hire the highest quality educational leader to serve as the next principal, the district has engaged with School Exec Connect, a leading search firm in the region, to facilitate and work alongside the district in our efforts. The search firm services will include, but definitely are not limited, to recruiting and advertising nationally, as well as stakeholder engagement, which is a staple of our process here in District 205, the development of a leadership profile, screening, interviewing, and just serving as a consult to myself and the entire cabinet. The search firm will also do an extended background check services for the preferred candidate. The superintendent cabinet would partner very closely with the search firm and consultants to ensure alignment, to ensure due diligence and forward progress, with the primary goal of ensuring that we bring forth a recommendation to the Board of Education that clearly meets the competency, the chemistry, as well as the goals that have been outlined for the forward direction of York Community High School. So without further ado, administration is recommending to the Board of Education for your consideration of a proposed agreement with School Exec Connect.
Thank you. Can we have a motion?
I move that the Board of Education approve the proposal agreement with School Exec Connect with a consultant fee of $14,500 plus additional expenses not to exceed $1,100 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mrs. Troutman, second by Mrs. Hassler. Anything from the board?
I'll just quickly remind the community that this is, I think if you've been around, this School Exec Connect is very good at bringing community members from all different aspects of our community, not only our staff and district administrators, but school community members, parents, and everybody that touches the students. That's right, I forgot. Oh my gosh, the students are involved in that decision. So I think it's so important for the community to realize that they do a really good job of putting a profile together of what's important to everybody in our community when they're searching for our next principal. So I encourage everybody to follow this journey because I know that there's a lot of updates and information will be come out about opportunities to be involved.
Just a quick question. You prompted my thinking, Courtney. Is this who we used for the superintendent search? Is this?
Oh, you're going way back into
Am I?
time. We did use a search firm. I can't remember if it was School Exec
Okay.
Connect.
I was thinking so. What? You said yes, it was. Okay.
Okay, so yes, we have history and
Okay.
and
We've used it
had
before.
positive experience with this firm. Sorry,
Yes.
I had.
Well, and just to also make note, so I was on the receiving end of that, me being one of the stakeholders that was involved in that, and I do think they did. I was just trying to remember if this was the one, but from a stakeholder involvement perspective, I think they did a really nice job of engaging us, making it really clear what we were looking for in terms of employee profile and the characteristics we were looking for. There were students on the interview committee, other parents. So I think, again, from my personal perspective, now this was years back, but had a very positive experience on the stakeholder side of things. So happy to hear that we're engaging them again.
Thank you. Where are we? Are we calling the vote? Can we call the vote, please?
Mrs. Troutman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hassler?
Yes.
Mr. Bresnahan?
Present.
Mrs. Slawinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Assif?
Yes.
Dr. Henry?
Yes.
Mrs. Arvanites?
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 nays, motion passes. Did I? 6 ayes, 0 nays, 1 present. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Motion passes. We are on to Superintendent Communications and D205 highlights.
Yes, I'm going to ask my colleague first to share a little bit about our new Educator Academy and Institute Day. I think I'm going to turn it over to
Yes.
Ms. Leischel.
Well, Lions.
Lions.
But, you know, we just have the same initials.
Katie Lyons, I'm turning it over to you.
We have worked
Yes.
together for quite a while.
We have. I should know your first and last name.
Yeah, but that's good. We had a fabulous summer, as you heard from Dr. Baker. So all of our departments were quite busy. But we also rolled out New Educator Academy and Institute, and our first 2 Institute days. And so I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview of what we provided in order to help welcome our staff, build connections, deepen our instructional practices, and prepare for a strong start with our students. So we welcomed 57 new teachers this year, and they participated in our 4-day New Educator Academy. And during that time, they connected with their mentors, district and school leaders, instructional coaches, and community partners, and you all, while learning about our district priorities, instructional practices, and resources. This work was truly a district-wide effort. Every department was engaged and contributed to this experience, and feedback from our educators was overwhelmingly positive, with new educators highlighting how organized and supportive the experience felt and shared their excitement to begin the first day with students. They were also a little tired after the 4 days, but then we kicked off our first 2 Institute days, and that brought together more than 700 staff members who spent some time sheltering in place. And so that is just an event to remember, never forgotten. Yeah, we held off on the exit feedback survey that day 1. We did it the second day, so we had really strong feedback. But it was truly an opportunity to build collaboration amongst our staff, support dedicated planning time, and just really engage in some shared learning across our schools. Our educators felt prepared to welcome the students that they serve from early childhood through our transition program. And these opening days together reflect the collaboration across all of our schools and departments, and we believe that it was a very strong start to the school year. So thank you. And I will hand it over to Dr. Campbell to kind of talk about what first day of school looked like.
It was definitely a wonderful start to the school year here across District 205. It is just such joy to see life back in our hallways and in our classrooms, and once again filled with so much energy, so much excitement, so many smiles, lots of hugs, as well as fist bumps. The first day was just a tremendous success, and I want to say how grateful I am to our teachers, our staff, our administrators, our families for all they did to make the day welcoming and positive for students. It was especially exciting to welcome not only our students back to school, but also our returning teachers, and as well as our new staff members who are beginning their own journey here in District 205. There is something special about a first day. It just is. From the excitement, the combination of the new beginnings and relationships, but more importantly, all of the possibilities that we know we have as we embark upon a start of a school year. I had the privilege of speaking to all of our staff across 2 days, and our message for this year is that we matter. And it was so amazing as we walked into the buildings and saw how students were greeted, how staff members reconnected with each other. And that's when you just really see the value and the power of community. And here in District 205, whether being in the Mini Dukes to our Bridges transition, we have a very, very special community. And it is just such a privilege to celebrate the start of a new school year. With the start of a new school year, we have opportunities just to continue to communicate. So I have this one right. Carrie Leischel will share a little update about that.
Sure. So now that we have finished 4 full school days with students, even though it feels like 40 when you're in the building because our students have accumulated fabulously, we're excited to welcome families to our annual Open House and Curriculum Nights events across all 14 of our campuses, beginning as early as this Thursday for York's Open House. So parents and guardians are invited to come to the buildings to hear from school leaders and teachers about what and how students will learn throughout the school year. And so we look forward to welcoming you to the special event over the next few weeks. You can see the schedule on the graphic that will also be shared in the newsletter and on social media so that you can attend to learn about this upcoming school year.
Thank you. And Ms. Daniels, would you like to share for our communication highlights?
So in keeping with the theme of back to school, we did a short video compilation of some photos. We tried to get to as many schools as we can. Obviously, we have more schools than we have staff taking photos, but we got as many schools as we could, and we just wanted to kind of highlight and showcase some of the photos from back to school.
Okay, thank you. On to board communications. Is there any board information or any board members who want to present, report, or share information with the full board? Went back to my script. No? Okay. We have a couple upcoming meetings on September 2nd, 2026. We have a policy committee meeting at 5:30 p.m. And on September 22nd, 2026, we have a regular Board of Education meeting at 7 p.m. Both meetings will be held here in District 205 Center, rooms 215, 16, and 217. It is now 8:09, and we are adjourned.